and welcome back, Paws and Purrs followers. Have you ever wondered if our canine companions possess abilities beyond our understanding? It's not uncommon to hear about dogs exhibiting what seems to be a sixth sense. Their behavior sometimes suggests that they're perceiving something that we, as humans, simply cannot. Dogs have heightened senses compared to us. Their sense of smell, for instance, is estimated to be anywhere from 10,000 to 100,000 times more acute than ours. They can hear frequencies well beyond the range of human perception. Could these enhanced abilities be contributing to the perception of dogs having a sort of superpower? There are countless anecdotal stories of dogs seemingly sensing unseen entities or events. Tales of dogs barking at seemingly empty spaces or displaying unusual behavior before a significant event are not hard to come by. But is there any scientific evidence to back up these claims? Let's delve into that. To understand the abilities of our four-legged friends, we first need to understand their senses. Now, imagine if you could smell a teaspoon of sugar in 1,000,000 gallons of water. Sounds impossible, right? But for dogs, this is a walk in the park. Their sense of smell is estimated to be between 10,000 to 100,000 times more acute than ours. This extraordinary olfactory ability allows them to detect scents and pheromones that are completely beyond our human perception. But the sensory prowess of dogs doesn't end there. They also have an exceptional sense of hearing. Can you hear a mouse squeak? Probably not. But your dog can. Dogs can detect frequencies as high as 45 kilohertz, while we humans can only hear up to about 20 kilohertz. This means that dogs can hear sounds that are entirely out of our auditory range. Now, let's talk about their vision. Dogs see the world differently than we do. Their visual spectrum is not as colorful as ours, but they excel in detecting movement. They can see flickering light up to 75 hertz, while we can only see up to 50 hertz. This means that dogs can perceive rapid movements that might appear as a blur to us. So we've established that dogs have supercharged senses compared to ours. They can detect things we can't even begin to perceive. But does this mean they could potentially sense things that are even more elusive? Could their heightened senses allow them to perceive things like spirits? Well, it's fascinating to speculate. Dogs have been known to act in ways that suggest they might be perceiving something we can't. But as of now, science doesn't have a definitive answer. So while dogs do have incredible senses, does this mean they can see spirits? The answer might surprise you. The question of whether dogs can see spirits is a fascinating one, and the answer isn't as clear-cut as you might think. Scientifically speaking, there's no hard evidence to back up the idea that dogs, or any animals for that matter, can see spirits or ghosts. Yet we've all heard stories, or perhaps even experienced our own pets reacting to what appears to be thin air, barking or whining at seemingly empty spaces, or suddenly becoming anxious without any apparent reason. These behaviors often fuel the belief that dogs may have the ability to sense or see spirits. While it's easy to be skeptical, it's also hard to completely dismiss these observations given the extraordinary sensory capabilities of dogs. So while we can't say for certain if dogs can see spirits, their incredible senses certainly make it a possibility. And isn't that a fascinating thought?